Thank you a lot for introducing me. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you're still enjoying our conference and you're learning quite a lot about AI and how it can be used or where it should not be used. And before I start my presentation, let's maybe just vote a little. I need to understand my audience here. So, who loves AI? Who thinks that AI is the future and is AI enthusiast? Can you raise your hand, please? Thank you. Thanks a lot. And who thinks that AI brings us the danger in any kind of possible case, and we should avoid using it or be very careful? Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm doing here some little research, right? I'm a scientist as well, on top of everything that's been before said. And what I'm researching now is how we can understand why executives will use or will not use the data or whatever we're bringing on the table when we're discussing the portfolio. So just to talk a little about the portfolio of projects, it's an investment, right? And then you want your executive to invest on the project, so take decisions. And will you use AI as your partner in this decision-making process, or you would avoid using it? That's the question. A little bit, yeah, we'll skip this part. But in general, a lot of people are putting now a lot of concerns about AI. We discussed most of them today as well, right? So we talk about the data privacy and the security. Is your data is secured, especially when we're talking about portfolio or the projects. We have a lot of sensitive data. We don't want that sensitive data to leak to the internet or to competitors. Of course, we can have AI model embedded on premise. There is a lot of solutions for that. But in general, if one of your employees is going to Gen AI, OpenAI, and prompting something, you don't want that data to leak. Then we're talking about the quality of categorization and internal data. If you want to use AI in your portfolio management, you need to be sure that your data is digitalized, right? You can't put there all the papers or anything that is in your head. Model requires data. It needs data in a digital way to analyze it. And the data should be properly categorized. It should be clean as well. Are we ready for that? Not sure. Not everyone, according to the results. And integration and the complexity, how you would like to integrate it in terms of the technology or in terms of the process as well. If we'll talk further, there is also an impact, the positive impact that a lot of people are thinking about or they're hoping that the AI will bring to the organization. So just to name some of them is the process optimization, it's a resource optimization, the cost reduction, all the benefits that the AI might bring in the process, and improve the decision making. Why? Because AI can analyze a big data. It can analyze internal data that's available about your resources, about your projects, lessons learned, a lot of knowledge base that you might never open again, but you will put it into the model takes and gives you a result. Just to refresh, portfolio management, the life cycle, what we see here, very simplified, but in general, what we're talking about is all those ideas that comes, and then you filter out those that you would like to work on, then you will execute it, use some data to take some decisions. As a portfolio manager, you are responsible for the governance, so you bring that data about your portfolio, how it's doing, and then you expect a decision from your executives. Where AI can be implemented is the big question. Maybe if you can just shout out one word where in this process AI can exist. Everywhere. Thanks. I love the answer. It's everywhere. And it's a different AI solutions if you would look. So it can be a predictive models, one of my favorites. It can be something more simplified as well. And I think I haven't seen yet a tool that can cover all of these use cases. But for sure, for each of the separate use cases, you would find an AI solution. As an AI enthusiast, I play a lot with all the AI solutions. I see the results. I sometimes consult what needs to be changed or can be improved. But generally saying that Gen AI is not the only thing that you can use in the portfolio management especially. And talking about that, we have different AI solutions, right? It's just a thing here to bring it for you, but you can learn about them later on. And according to the research or the reports that we see, machine learning is about 85% popularity and Gen AI 93. We all know, but in the portfolio management, Gen AI is a bit lower in use. Where I'm going with that, we have AI solutions on the one side, and those who's raised their hands about that AI is good, they possibly want to use it, right? But are we ready, or our executives ready to use it? Maybe not. And what we need to look at is their cognitive flexibility, how flexible they are to trust and also to use and to understand AI. It's the question in the between, right? So we have on the one side executives, we have their cognitive flexibility together with biases, of course, and on the other side we have all of those AI tools. And what's the variable? What we need to look at if we want, as a portfolio manager, to introduce AI solution in our company, we want to use it in one case or in another case, what we need to think about before coming to the office of executive and proposing any kind of sort of AI solution. What science is saying is that we have several variables here, what we need to understand, and we need to know our executives as well to convince, right? So what we need to understand is that task expertise. Is your executive knows what you are doing as a portfolio manager and what is AI solution that you are introducing? Maybe there is some educational process required. What is the task complexity? Is it too difficult to understand what you're doing or what the AI is producing? If it's a black box, who would trust it? Who would use it? Maybe no one, right? But if the task is very simple, like a Gen AI, you put a prompt, you get an answer, it's very easy to start using it and trusting it. Then we talk about the familiarity, cognitive fit, and then we decide. It's a theory of technology dominance, quite old theory, but it's getting reinvented every time with the technology. And AI is the next one. So what we have executives, we have us, we have all the filter related about the cognitive flexibility, we have a technology. And when we're using technology in our work, we want to trust the result. The result that's produced by the AI, we want to see that it is the one that we can use, it is the one that's been tested, and the one that we can use in our process, and without spending additional time, go and provide it for the decision making, right? Then we have also cognitive biases. All of us, regardless of our background or the culture, we have those biases. We need to work with them as well. Just to mention some of them, it's a confirmation, anchoring, and availability. We have more of them, and the science is talking about it as well. Why? Because we would like to have an understanding, right? The more we understand AI tool, like all of us using on a daily basis Gen AI, the ChatGPT, the more I understand, the more we use it, the more we trust the result. What else? We would like to see that it's really saving the money. Implementation of any AI tool in the organization requires investment of the time, investment of the money, and then eventually you want to save money by all of those promises that in the beginning AI was telling, right? Then we want to be sure that it's tested, which means that we need to spend time on testing the AI solution. If your AI solution is saying that you need to invest in one or another project, or you need to stop maybe some project that you've been working for the last couple of months, do you want AI to be tested before that decision is brought to the table? Most probably, yes. And then, one of the most important, I think, here is that maybe it's not yet the time. Maybe you need to wait a little before jumping to this train. Look around, what kind of solutions been provided, what people are talking about it, see the results, and maybe then implement it. And is it regulated? Do we have a law behind it? Do we have all of those discussed act and assure that it's ethically good, it's secured, all the rules applied? And what we have in the decision making, especially when we talk about portfolio governance, is that we don't want to give our right of the decision taking to AI. We at least want to have a controlled value on our side, either it be 75 or 50. So we don't want AI to do the decision making here. And where it's going it's all about partnership. So I think that today's discussion is not that to use it, not to use it. We need to be prepared. And we need to be prepared to use it and being partner to it. Train it in the proper way, provide data, clean, categorized, the one that AI can use, and then test it, being prepared, being educated, and then optimize our processes and the business. Thank you.
Anara, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to have some questions probably, so please put your questions on your Meet platform. And I don't see any of risks using AI. It's very easy to deal with it, with the risks. You know how?
How?
You cut the cables and kill the electricity. That's it. We're back to Stone Age and we make fire with the sticks.
I think, yeah, most probably we think that one day when AI will try to take over the control over us, we can just cut a cable. But what if cables will be controlled by AI?
No way.
Yeah.
No way. I don't think it's going to happen. But the day when you shake the hand of the robot, it could become like signing a paper.
Yeah.
Don't you think that this future will come someday? Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe after a decade?
Oh, we don't know, right? AI is now evolving in all the direction, and we are putting quite a lot of promises, resources, as well as hopes on it. On the good side, on the bad side, we are not yet controlling it, so it can evolve in any possible way.
And we need to be prepared for that, right?
Yeah,
We need to be a good project manager, so that is why you wrote a book, Little PMs, right?
Yes,
we
thank
need
you.
to start training them. All right,
Yeah.
the question on the platform, what are your favorite AI-based tools that you use and why?
Okay, it doesn't say the favorite tool in project management, right? So I can bring up any of them. So the one that I like is Make. Why? Because you can simply create a workflow. So you create the workflow of different agent or of the agent by calling APIs from different AI tools. You're simply saying, I use it and someone might see it. If you want a report of portfolio and it's 10 p.m., most probably you will not be messaging me in WhatsApp. You will open an agent in the bot and you'll ask, how the portfolio is doing today? What kind of risk do we have? And it will bring you an answer, but you don't know what's happening behind it. So I have there the workflow that prompt is writing, getting the report from the AI-based portfolio management tool, then bringing the data, and then it's pulling out to you. So it's a different AI tools connected through the API, but eventually you're getting the result.
But is it easy to switch to another AI tool when you, let's say, you get acquainted with one, you start working with that, you know all the paths, which could be narrow, which could be wide, and then one day, I will use another AI tool. Is it easy to switch to another one?
Coming back to the research that I'm doing now about the cognitive flexibility, it depends how flexible you are and how open-minded you are to start testing and using a different tool. And if you have resources like a time to invest on it, right? Because you might want to use one tool, you would not be satisfied, then you need to spend time and test another tool. And that's how you will get to know more and the jump from one to another. But if your cognitive flexibility is a bit low, you'd rather not open even one.
You said that project manager will not call his boss at 10 p.m., yeah?
Hopefully.
No, Because AM project managers, they planning and they start calling when the clock showing PM, because this is the project manager's time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good joke.
so you can call it until the midnight. Many thanks to you, and let's share a round of applause.
Thank you.